Please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to Cardiff and to St David's Hall. Prynhawn da, croeso i'r Cardydd a Naiad Dewi Sant. My name is Neil Kinnock, and as President of the University, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to this graduation ceremony, or congregation as it's more accurately called. And I extend particularly warm greetings to parents, to partners and others whose love and support and guidance has contributed to the success of the people whose achievement we are celebrating today with the granting of degrees. I also offer, of course, my personal congratulations to the people who are graduating. I rejoice at your achievement, and I hope you feel confident that qualifications that you've earned in this university are held in high regard not only in the United Kingdom but throughout the world. That reputation of Cardiff University has been won over many years, and it was recently and very strongly endorsed by the United Kingdom Higher Education Quality Assurance Agency, which assesses teaching standards. To maintain those attributes, the university continues to invest heavily in advances in learning provision. The £16 million commitment to new purpose-built premises for the School of Optometry and Vision Sciences and the £3.5 million going to the innovative high-speed computer network are simply two instances out of several that underline that reality. Such developments obviously also reinforce Cardiff's standing as one of Britain's leading research-led universities. We are now officially ranked 7th out of 106 institutions in the United Kingdom for the quality of the research done in this university. And further progress is certainly in prospect as a result of last autumn's historic merger between Cardiff University and the University of Wales College of Medicine. There is cause, therefore, for me to particularly celebrate, together with all of my colleagues from the university, at today's degree ceremony, because it obviously is among the first that involves awards granted, qualifications granted, degrees granted by the new, stronger, merged university. Because that marriage has already proved to be very fruitful. The university now has the size and the span of teaching and research expertise of a truly world-class institution of learning. Developments like the £10.8 million investment in the state-of-the-art brain imaging facilities and the £3.4 million for the School of Computer Sciences Grid Centre in the Henry Wellcome Building for biomedical research underline that commitment. And perhaps the clearest testimony of our sustained vitality is the fact that whilst the average rise in applications for university places in the United Kingdom this year was 9%, there was a rise in applications for Cardiff University of 16%, while applications to read for medical degrees increased nationally in line with the general average. Applications for Cardiff rose by no less than 30%. Now, perhaps I should enter an apology for such patent boasting, but frankly, any apology that I offered would be somewhat half-hearted. And after all, if the president of a university can't blow the trumpet on a day when there is obviously so much, so objectively, to celebrate and to praise, it's difficult to know when pride can be proclaimed. And I've never been convinced that it is a mortal sin in all circumstances or on every occasion. In any case, in between my boasting, I would plead mitigating modesty, because I haven't even mentioned the prizes, awards and distinctions won by our academic staff, the designated centres of international excellence, or indeed the academic, sporting and cultural achievements of our students throughout the university. All these and many other attainments that are worthy of acclaim, give manifold proof of prowess in this university, proof of advancing standards, of opportunity, excellence and innovation, and proof of Cardiff's commitment to nourishing the potential of those who come here to learn from all parts and all cultures of the world, and who use their talents to fulfill themselves and to serve the interests of wider humanity. It's that, of course, which is the greatest source of satisfaction, and it's what we celebrate today at this congregation. So, on that subject, I draw everyone's attention to the fact that the procedures and the words relating to the various stages of the ceremony are printed in your programme under the relevant heading. As you see, the congregation will formally begin with the reading of the graduation proclamation in English and in Welsh by Mr. Matthew Hayden Rees, Howell Rees. Following that, the University Director, Mr. Leslie Rees, will read the authorisation for the admission of graduates to degrees, and we will then proceed to admit you to your degree. Graduates will be presented by the head of school, pro-vice chancellor or professor, and will be admitted to their degrees by the vice chancellor, Dr. David Grant. Mr. Rees will then ask all of you who have received an initial award in a health profession to stand for the reading of the pledge. Mr. Sean David of the School of Medicine will first read the pledge in Welsh, and then all graduates and others in the health professions will read the pledge together in English. After that, Mr. Rees will ask all graduates and diplomates to stand, and you'll be greeted by myself, by the acting warden of the Guild of Graduates, Mr. Howell Wyn-Jones, and by a representative of the health professions in Wales, Mr. Michael Fisher. Now, in the final part of the congregation, the orator of our university, Professor David Skilton, will introduce Sir William Castell for the award of Honorary Fellowship of Cardiff University in recognition of Sir William's distinguished services to fostering medical science and to social and civil progress. During the proceedings, I would be obliged if you'd applaud only after the Vice-Chancellor has admitted each group of graduates to their degrees, not as each one crosses the stage. I know that such restraint can be difficult in these circumstances, but time constraints and indeed concern for the health of your hands plainly make such a restraint necessary. Before I conclude, I have to intone the modern litany. Please be sure to turn off your mobile phones. Babies crying and even parents sobbing with joy at the success of their offspring are perfectly natural accompaniments to a ceremony of this kind, but telephone tones are not natural or welcome. I thank you all for your attention and hope that you'll thoroughly enjoy this congregation. Thank you.
Gorau awen gwirionedd. Bydded hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol, y cynhelir heddiw y 6 dydd o fis Gorffennaf 2005 yn Ninas Caerdydd, gynulliad awdurdodedig Prifysgol Cymru i dderbyn i'w priodol raddau bersonau dau gair, sydd trwy frydiaeth yn y Brifysgol a thrwy ddisg, medr a dyfalbarhad, wedi teilyngu'r cyfryw raddau yn unol ag ordiniannau'r Brifysgol. Gyda phob gweddi a dymuniad ar iddynt mwynhau iechyd a hir hoedl i wasanaethu eu hoes a'i cenedl dan fendith y nef. Yna dy oleini a gyfyd mewn tywyllwch a tywyllwch a fydd fel hanner dydd, a rhai a fyddant ohono ti a adeiladant yn yr hen ddifeithleoedd. Gorau awen gwirionedd, the best inspiration is truth. Be it known to the members of the University and to all here present that an authorised congregation of the University of Wales is being held here in the city of Cardiff on the 6th of July 2005 to admit to their appropriate degrees worthy persons who have, through study at the university and through learning, ability and perseverance, been deemed worthy of such degrees in accordance with the ordinances of the university, in the hope that they may be given health and long life to serve their generation and their country under the blessing of heaven. Then shall thy light rise in obscurity and thy darkness be as the noonday, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Bydded hysbys ei aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol fod y Brifysgol wedi roddi'r awdurdod i Dr David Grant i dderbyn i'w graddau fyfyrwyr Prifysgol Caerdydd a enillodd raddau yn unol â reolau'r Brifysgol. Gwelir enwau y rai y gellu ei dderbyn i'w graddau yn y cynulliad hwn yn y restrau printiedig sydd wedi ei dosbarthu. Let it be known to members of the University and to all who are present that the University has granted authority to Dr David Grant to admit to their degrees students of Cardiff University who have qualified for degrees according to the regulations of the University. The names of those who may be admitted to their degrees in this congregation are to be seen on the printed lists that have been distributed.
Anrhydderus syth Ganghello. Cyflwynwyr i ti ddisgyblion o'n prifysgol ni a enillodd radd baglor mewn meddagaeth a baglor mewn llawfeddagaeth. Hasida Abdul Hamid. Kelly Ashley Ajay. Azrin Wahidi Ahmad. Farah Ahmed. Hamid Raza Ali. Rachel Laura Alsop. Saif Al-Zahid. Sankaran Alayana Ananth. Simon George Anderson. Derfel Morgan Ap David. Jennifer Elizabeth Ashburn. Holly Victoria Atkin. David Ian Bailey. Simon Matthew Baker. Claire Bamsey. Amanda Claire Barclay. Marlene Turner Barr. Rachel Barton. Ayla Esther Birkerkamp. Charlotte Sarah Bell. Rachel Kimberly Bennett. Catherine Ann Berry. Katie Elizabeth Berwick. And Leila Bhattacharya.
Pnawn da, good afternoon. At this point in the ceremony, and at other equivalent times, I will speak in Welsh to admit groups of graduands. Each degree has a formula of admission, which, when translated, means, by the authority conferred upon me by the university, I admit you to the degree, which I will name, and to all the privileges of that degree. Trwy awdurdod y brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbyniaf chwi, I radd baglor mewn meddygaeth a baglor mewn llawfeddygaeth, ac I holl fyranier brachom. Congratulations for that.
Rodri Glyn Birchnell. Kate Alexandra Bishop. Emma Jane Bowman. Sarah Alexandra Bradbury Willis. Rebecca Jane Caddy. Andrew Campbell. James Campbell. Helen Kirsty Carslaw. Emma Sian Carver. Victoria Louise Chedji. Laxmi Madhavi Chintapali. Fuzia Chukavi. Carolyn Ruth Cresswell. Catherine Louise Cromie. Matthew Brian Crouch. Deborah Lynn Croxton. Rebecca Louise Cushion. Mohammed Yasser Dani. Alid Hugh Davis. Bethan Sian Davis. Iestyn Glynog Davis. Nia Wynne Davis. And Paul Gareth Davis.
Rwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn meddygaeth a baglor mewn llawfeddygaeth ac I holl ffreiniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Rose Davis. Sarah Melody Davis. Suan Harv Davis. Natalie Ann de Gruyter. Thomas Kevin de Souza. Priya Dewan. Anna Sika Dar. Francesca Helen Dickinson. Hannah Elizabeth Downton. Catherine Mary Drysdale. Alison Rachel Maxwell Dyer. Amanda Dyson. Jonathan David Edwards. Sarah Edwards. Trevelyan Thomas Edwards. Richard John Egan. Jennifer Louise Ellis. Isabel Rose L. Shanawani. Emily Claire Elwell. Ivor Owen Evans. Katie Elizabeth Evans. Maika Francisca Eilert. Amir Faboud. James Michael Farrant.
Rwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn meddygaeth a baglor mewn llawfeddygaeth ac I holl ffreniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Jason Mark Fitchett. Louisa June Forrest. Charlotte Anne Fournier. Sarah Jane Fuhr. Louise Anne Frost. Anthony Edward Funnell. Rebecca Mary Maureen Gale. Emma Carol Karagali. Georgina Louise Gilham, Claire Marie Guinness, Madeline Alice Gins, Paul Gittins, Emma Jane Gladwinfield, Lowry Glynn, Naomi Juliet Grayson, Benjamin Michael Greenwood, Keris Ann Griffiths, Helen Rebecca Griffiths, Rosalind Mary Jane Griffiths, Katie Jane Gwillam, Savari Gupta, Shireen Habush, Charlotte Rose Halls, Elisa K. Halmshaw, Rachel Angharad Halpin Evans, Daliana Hamid Osman,
Rwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn meddygaeth a baglor mewn llawfeddygaeth ac I holl ffreinio rathon. Congratulations.
Sophie Hampson, Daniel Robert Hanratty, Rebecca Sarah Harling, Catherine Joanne Harrison, Yestin Daniel Harrod, Sophie Louise Harwood, Philip Robert John Hassel, Natalie Lorraine Hess, Yvonne Higgett, John Anthony Holland, Sarah Rachel Hoskins, Jennifer Ann Hughes, Owen Rhys Hughes, Sian Catherine Hughes, Gareth John Edward Humphreys, Nazia Ashraf Hussain, Basha Isa Ibrahim, Abdul Jabal, Jonathan Treve Jacoby, Owen David Jenkins, Jennifer Helen Johnston, Kerry Hopkin Jones. Christopher Lewis Jones. Jane Elspeth Jones.
Rwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn meddygaeth a baglor mewn llawfeddygaeth ac I holl ffrenia radd hon. Congratulations. Well done.
Lee Jones. Robin Gwyn Jones. Sarah Esselt Jones. Christian Michael Jury. Delini Niroshika Kalupahana. Rachel Kathleen King. Madhav Kittur. Thomas James Neal. Hannah Maria Lai. Paul Yu Feng Lee. Jusaili Fekri Long. Thomas James Levitt. Karen Jane Litton. Nanji Saratu Lombin. Kirsty Ann Darby McGregor. James Michael Lloyd Martin. Laura Joanne McClelland. Matthew Robert McKenney. Mandana Mehta. Gareth Leslie Meredith. Andrew Norman Merriman. Natalie Ann Minsher. Joanne Taj Karin Nia. Susanna Mitchell.
Rwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn meddygaeth a baglor mewn llawfeddygaeth ac I holl ffrenia'r radd hon. Congratulations. Well done.
Zukairi Mohammed. Helen Annabel Morgan. Katie Rowena Morgan. Nia Emma Morgan. Rodney Francis Motindi. Emily Josephine Mounsey. Venkata Virabhadra Mudigonda Rao. Gareth Rhys Muller. Claudia Anna Claire Merton. Avneet Kar Narula. Priyanka Nayan. Ellen Delsey Neal. David Odiambo Okonji. Elana Gwen Owen. Robert Graham Owen. Claire Louise Parks. Michael Lawrence Parsons. Reena Patel. Trishna Harshad Patel. Rajul Patodi. Catherine Victoria Patton. Amy Victoria Pickles. Susanna Juliet Pike. John Robert Stephen Porter. Olivia Joan Portman.
Rwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn methergaeth a baglor mewn llawfeddygaeth ac I holl frenyr rath hon. Congratulations. Well done.
Nicola Power. Natalie Victoria Prevat. Anne-Marie Katrina Proctor. Simon John Prowse. Gethin Stephen Pugh. Penny Rebecca Cuevas. Thomas Paul Rackley. Mohammed Rizwan Rajak. Rekha Devajana Ramia. Sarah Habib Razvi. Jamie Louise Rees. Richard Paul Renew. Christopher Scott Rennie. Sophia Reshamwala. Louise Ann Richardson. Joseph Roger Riddle. Anwen Roberts. Betson Rees Roberts. Gareth Llewellyn Roberts. Hannah Elizabeth Rumble. Noel Gerard Ryman. Shazia Parveen Saif. Emma Michelle Salter. Lucy Kate Satherley. Lucy Margaret Scranage.
Rwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn meddygaeth a baglor mewn llawfeddygaeth ac I holl ffrenia'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Nurul Ain Selamat. Sarah Louise Selleck. Abigail Caroline Cyril. Naomi Elizabeth Simmons. And Vesha Singh. Richard Skinner. Jennifer Ann Slay. Carolyn Rachel Smith. Thomas Mark Snow. Suelin B. Swan Sue. James Southall. Amy Elizabeth Stevenson. Rosemary Claire Stratford. Hannah Claire Sutton. Loretta Noel Sweeney. Hannah Jane Taylor. Amy Elizabeth Thomas. Matthew Idris David Thomas. James Richard Thompson. Marianne Louise Sarah Tinkler. Emily Ruth Trapp.
Rwy awdurdod a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn meddygaeth a baglor mewn llawfeddygaeth ac I holl ffrenia'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Leonidas Vaxevanos. Robert Michael Venn. Andrew Neil Verporten. Claire Irene Walker. Helen Marie Walters. Catherine Ann Cardale Walton. Louise Webster. Rebecca Jane Webster. Jennifer Rachel Wheat. Bethan Ellen Whiting. Elizabeth Jane Williams. Emma Ruth Williams. Gemma Margaret Williams. Catherine Ann Williams. Jonathan Williamson. Hannah May Willoughby. Thomas Bradbury Winter. Hayley Marie Wood. Waniai Yong.
Trwy awdurdod y brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn meddygaeth a baglor mewn llawfeddygaeth ac I holl ffreniau'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrhydeddus Isganghelllo. Cyflwynodd I ti ddisgyblion o'n prifysgol ni a enilodd radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth. Fortini Michael Aspro. Elizabeth Margaret Dudley. Alan Mark Henry. Benjamin Edward Hudson. Rachel Claire Iron. David Alistair William Leslie. Iman Nady. Rebecca Louise Williams. Jeremy Stewart Williamson. Helith Saran Havard. Catherine Sophie Moore. Zach Bloom. Charlotte Fairweather. Alec Owen Jones. Tobias Morehouse. Simon Peter Braybook. Sean Lowry Fulks. Bethan Nia Thomas.
Trwy awdurdod y brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd baglor mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl Freiniaur Rathon. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. I'm Professor Ken Woodhouse, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, and I'll be introducing those who have been successful in obtaining a postgraduate degree and diploma. An rydethus isgain hetlor, cyflwyn affi ti, ddisgyblion o'n prifysgol ni a enillodd diploma awl raddedig. I, Professor Ken Woodhouse, present for a postgraduate diploma Barbara Edwina Dixon. Lily as Linda Mohammed.
Rwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I ddiploma olraddedig. Congratulations.
An rydethus isgain hetlor, cyflwyn affi ti ddisgyblion o'n prifysgol ni a enillodd athra na'n iechyd cydhoethus. Anne Marie Cunningham. Karen Sian Gully. Karen Laura Hall. Mohammed Saiful Islam. Angela Keenan. Geraint Morgan. Suzanne Elizabeth Tarnis Oddams. Heather Ann Rothwell. Amanda Claire Trevitt. Frederick David Tucker. Joseph Vidal Alabol.
Rwy awdurdod a brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd athro mewn iechyd cyhoeddus ac I holl Freiniaur Rathon. Congratulations. Well done.
An rydethus isgain hetlor, cyflwyn affi ti, disgyblion o'n prifysgol ni a enillodd athra a'n gwyddoniaeth. Khalid Mohammed Hanish. Lynn Elizabeth Hannington. Jacqueline Loudon. Susan Jane Payne. Zedekiah Sibanda. Itop Bassi Antia. Valerie Ocon Abbott. Nicola Claire Coates. Sarah Coulson, Carrie Louise Hammond, and Marion Marjorie Turnbull.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol, ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd athro mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl ffrenia radd hon. Congratulations.
Gail Helen Vincent. Frances Maria Lewis. Wendy Rosemary Reynolds. James Allen Thomas. Kim Benstead. Jill Elizabeth Edwards. Melanie Ann Feldman. Clive Jonathan Gibson. Ruth Eleanor Hubbard. Reginald Massey Odbert. Sheila Joy Oliver. Ashleen Flatley. Francis Maria Harry. Anya Pierce.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol, ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd athro mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl frenia'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Charles Neil Jackson. Claire Elizabeth Hughes. Uta Dagmar Stead. Rosalind Grant. Elaine Suzanne Bethel. Jill Hannah Cundall. Edith Dugan. Jacqueline Fletcher. Andrew Robert Hogarth. Janine Michelle Jones. Ron Legisty. Gilbert Bizarro Duhart.
Trwy awdurdod a brifysgol, ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd athro mewn gwyddoniaeth ac I holl frenia'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrhydethus Isgai Hechlor, cyflwynodd i ti disgyblion o'n prifysgol ni a enillodd athro mewn athroniaeth. Amin Baksh. David Gwyn Proctor.
Rwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd i mi derbaniaf chwi i radd athro mewn athroniaeth ac i holl frenia'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrhydethus Isgai Hechlor, cyflwynodd i ti disgyblion o'n prifysgol ni a enillodd doetha mewn athroniaeth, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Jennifer Josephine Brady. Elaine Mary Breslin. Stephen Capey. Zoe Leanne Clark. Cora Ann Griffin. Rachel Holloway. Sarah Jones. William Dillon Jones. Berwyn Dargy Lloyd. Heather Louise Mason.
Rwy awdurdod y Brifysgol a ymddiriedwyd i mi derbaniaf chwi i radd doetha'r mewn athroniaeth ac i holl frenia'r brath hon. Congratulations.
Sharon Mayer. James Scott Miners. Rebecca Jane Morris. Muzaimi Mustafa. Kieran Joseph Richardson. Sean Richard Wall. Jenna Walters. Anthony Robert Wilkes. And Howell John Williams.
Trwy awdurdod y brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd doethyr mewn athroniaeth ac I holl frenia'r radd hon. Congratulations.
Anrhydethus Is-Ganghellor, cyflwyno I ti, disgyblion o'n brifysgol ni a enillodd radd doethyr mewn meddygaeth, the degree of Doctor of Medicine. Victor Manfai Sim. And Robert Ian Williams.
Trwy awdurdod y brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf chwi I radd doethyr mewn meddygaeth ac I holl frenia'r radd hon. Congratulations.
I'm now going to ask the Vice-Chancellor to formally admit to their degrees those who are unable to be here today. Anrhydethus Is-Ganghellor, cymrydwyaf I ti yr rhai a nodwyd yn y raglen I therbyn yn ei habsynoldeb a'i grathau athnasol. I, Professor Ken Woodhouse, present those who are to receive their degrees in absentia.
Trwy awdurdod y brifysgol, a ymddiriedwyd I mi derbaniaf a chrau a nodwyd yn ei habsenoldeb yw graddau perthnasol ac I holl frenia'r graddau hynny.
We now come to an extremely important and indeed a distinctive part of this ceremony, the reading of the pledge. Can I ask all of you who have just received the degree of MBBCH to stand to recite the pledge, which will be read by Sean David. The text is in your graduation programme, and it will be read first of all in Welsh and then in English, line by Sean. Thank you. And could I ask the platform party to stand, please?
A ddawaf mae fy mlaenoriaeth gyntaf fydd gofalu am fy nghleifion. Byddaf yn garedig gyda phob claf ac ymdrechaf I gyfathrebu yn effeithlon gyda nhw. Byddaf yn parchu urddas fy nghleifion a'i preifatrwydd a'i hawl I gyfrannu'n llawn at benderfyniadau ynglŷn â'i gofal. Byddaf yn onest ac yn ddibynadwy bob amser ac yn parchu a diogelu gwybodaeth gyfrinachol. Ni fydd fy nghredwau personol yn ymharu ar fy ngofal am gleifion. Trwy gynabod cyfyngiadau fy nghymwysedd, byddaf bob amser yn diweddaru fy ngwybodaeth am sgiliau proffesiynol. Os bydd gennyf reswm da I gredu nad ydw fi neu gydweithiwr yn addas I weithio, byddaf yn gweithredu'n gyflym I ddiogelu cleifion rhag perygl. Ni fyddaf yn camddefnyddio fy sefyllfa proffesiynol a byddaf yn gweithio gyda chydweithwyr yn y ffordd orau lles y cleifion. Yn yr holl faterion hyn, ni fyddaf byth yn gwahaniaethu'n anheg yn erbyn fy nghleifion na'm cydweithwyr a byddaf yn barod I gyfiawnhau fy ngweithredoedd iddynt ym mhob achos. Rhoddaf ar y ddewyd yma ar fy llw yn wirfoddol ac o ddifrif. I promise that I will make the care of my patients my first concern. I will be considerate to all my patients and will strive to communicate effectively with them. I will respect my patients' dignity and autonomy and their right to be fully involved in decisions about their care. At all times, I will be honest and trustworthy, respecting and protecting confidential information. My personal beliefs will not prejudice my care of patients. Recognising the limits of my competence, I will keep my professional knowledge and skills up to date. If I believe that I or a colleague may not be fit to practice, I will act quickly to protect patients from risk. I will not abuse my professional position and will work with colleagues in the ways that best serve patients. I will never discriminate unfairly against patients or colleagues, and I will always be prepared to justify my actions to them. I make this promise solemnly, freely, and upon my honour.
Could I now invite all of the other graduates to join you, to join you and stand please to receive the greetings of the President of the University and the Warden of the Guild of Graduates. Thank you.
Boed eich gofal yn wastad, dros lwydd ac anrhydydd, ein prifysgol a'n wlad. May your care ever be for the success and good name of our university and our country.
Llongyfarchiadau a chroeso I Urdd Graddedigion Prifysgol Cymru.
Thank you. Before you sit down, could we ask you to do one more thing for us? I'm sure that all of you are very proud graduates. Perhaps this afternoon you could join us in a Cardiff tradition, and that is to pay a very special tribute to your families, to your friends, to the sponsors, and indeed to the academic staff and others who have supported you over the last few years as part of your university experience. Now is your opportunity to turn around and to look into this audience and find your friends, your sponsors, your families, and to say to them thank you in a very special way. Can I ask you all, please, to give them a big round of applause? Thank you.
Vice-Chancellor, whenever you see the word Castell on a signpost in Wales, follow it and you'll be sure to find something old and interesting. Advises a website for intending tourists. Of course, what these tourists may not know is that the word is in fact Castell, and it means castle in Welsh. However, we can do worse than follow the word Castell this afternoon and see where it leads us, certainly to something interesting, to something thoroughly up to date, and with more than touches of heritage around the edges. Sir William Castell, for it is he we are tracking, is President and Chief Executive Officer of GE Healthcare, the global medical diagnostics and biosciences business of the General Electric Company, of which he is also Vice Chairman. He is also a man who embraces large fields of knowledge, as diverse as marketing and accountancy, gripe water, and cutting-edge life science. Until quite recently, he was chief executive of Amersham International, where he oversaw a strikingly successful expansion by growth and acquisition, culminating in 1997 with the mergers of Amersham International with Pharmacia Biotech and Nycomed, making the resultant Amersham plc a world leader in vivo medical diagnostics and life science research technologies. Sir William is justly proud of the work of the former Amersham plc, which was acquired by General Electric in April 2004. In 1994, he received the Prince of Wales Ambassador Award, which is given to individuals who, by leadership and commitment to responsible business practice and by their personal actions, have created a positive impact within their company and on the wider society. Earlier in his life, Sir William had started as an industrial trainee with Wellcome plc, which is where the gripe water production line comes in, and gone on to hold various positions in the Wellcome Foundation, including head of Wellcome Biotechnology and head of Finance and Administration for Continental Europe, Africa and Asia. In 1986, he was appointed Commercial Director of Wellcome plc. He was chairman of the Prince's Trust from 1998 to 2003 and of Regeneration Through Heritage, and was a keen participant in the work of business in the community to revitalise areas blighted by unemployment and social exclusion. In June 2000, he was knighted for services to the life sciences industry, and in January 2004 was made Lieutenant of the Royal Victoria Order, an award in the gift of the Sovereign for services to the royal family. He was a member of the Medical Research Council from 2001 to 4, is a trustee of the Natural History Museum, a board member of Michigan University's Institute of Life Sciences, as well as an honorary member of Academy Europa, the Russian Academy of Science, an honorary fellow of the Academy of Medical Sciences, and a visiting fellow of Green College, Oxford, and newly an honorary doctor of Oxford. Anrhyddits isganghellor cyflwynaf I ti, Sir William Castell, fel Cymrawd Anrhyddedd Brifysgol Caerdydd.
Trwy'r awdurdod a roddwyd I mi gan y cyngor derbaniaf di fel Cymrawd Anrhyddedd Brifysgol Caerdydd.
President, Vice-Chancellor, congregation, I'm honoured to be admitted to the university, especially since it involved no written examination, only the examination of life. I'm excited to address you today and to talk a little bit about your future on this, the great day of celebration, your graduation. And the message that I'd like to leave you with today is a message that you should have the courage to embrace change. And I'd like to give you a little bit of flavour of what that message is about. In terms of my involvement in Wales, I have a history of enormously benefiting from the very necessary change that this wonderful country had to go through. And so whether it was in my industrial responsibilities with Amersham, where I came to an extraordinary capability just outside of here of Cardiff, where we had some 600 people, 100 PhD chemists who had extraordinary skills. And yet I found that we weren't globalizing those skills. In fact, the Severn Bridge was a faraway exercise in terms of moving the Welsh culture to look even at the offices that I sat in London. 5 years later, my colleagues in Wales were conquering the world, taking their skills in terms of medicinal chemistry to the world's largest pharmaceutical companies and creating enormous wealth, not only for the peoples of Cardiff and their families, but also for our company, Amersham plc. I was fortunate enough in 1990 to be taken by the Prince of Wales to the Rhondda Valley, where I had the chance of visiting the town of Penrhys. I had not seen a town with 95% unemployed before, and I was so taken by the missionary priest who had responsibility to change that community that I embarked on a great adventure of community regeneration with him for a period of about 7 years. And more recently, through joining the G Company, I've been involved latterly with Baglan Bay, an extraordinary project of regeneration, not regeneration after the closure of the mines, but regeneration after the closure of a large petrochemical works. And to see that community regenerated through wise investment, supported again by the Welsh Development Agency, is a great thrill. So my antecedents in Wales have helped me enormously in my career, but they've also helped me through sheer necessity to understand that one has to embrace change. When we look at the future, and we only have to go out 10 years, then the global changes that are at work are going to impact on each and every one of us here, not only the graduates, but also their parents and loved ones. China is growing at 10%. In 10 years, it will be the largest world economy, larger even than the North American economy. And China at the moment is moving 100 million people from the rural economy into the urban life. 100 million people. Just think of the equation, the largest movement of people from a rural to an urban economy in the history of mankind. Asia, as we all know, is becoming the manufacturing center of the world. When I was a kid, I was worried about the loss of the rural community. We've now witnessed the loss of the manufacturing community, and we know how those jobs have moved from the developed world to the developing world. When I return to medical sciences, then the thing that most preoccupies me is the extraordinary change in the physique of our global citizens. Obesity is on the rampage, and in the next 10 years we're expecting to see type 2 diabetes, which is the outcome of obesity, increase by some 200 million people. 80% of those type 2 diabetics will progress to serious cardiovascular disorders, with an extraordinary burden on you, the medical community, and something else to think about, the burden on the pocket of Western society, while we deal with that extraordinary expansion of cardiac disease. And yet, there is extraordinary technology available to us all to deal with these issues. And as we say goodbye to the strength of the rural community and then the manufacturing community, we are driven, and this is a great place to talk about it, towards the knowledge-based society. In medicine, over the last 30 years, longevity and the quality of life has improved enormously through applying application of medicinal chemistry and through recently the application of medical devices. I put it to you that we have the chance to transform medicine, and it's the knowledge of biology, of bytes and broadband that gives us the chance to personalize medicine in a way that we've never approached it before. The chance to store information at a cost of storage previously unthought of, the chance to transfer information anywhere in the world and in vast quantities will change medicine, just as much as the understanding of the genome and the proteome will impact on how you deliver healthcare over your professional lifetimes. So when you leave here today, I would ask you to think about how you find careers where you really enjoy yourself, where you are passionate about the opportunities you have, where you respect and have fun with your colleagues. I want you to expect to win. I want you, above all else, to expect to change. I want you to embrace lifelong learning. I want you to chart a competitive course, and I want you, above all else, to innovate in whatever walk of life you're in. Driving the knowledge-based society is the way that we will drive jobs, we will drive wealth creation, we will drive stability, we will drive freedom through the democratic processes. And it's a privilege for me to be here in Wales because I have seen Wales regenerate itself, not once but twice, from the closure of the mines to where we are today, a vibrant economy with vibrant people and a passion to succeed. I know that Wales will succeed. I believe you will all succeed. And I would leave you again with that message. Please leave here today with a passion to embrace change. That is how we will all prosper in the knowledge-based society. Thank you.
As President, it's now my duty to draw these proceedings to a close. The occasion of a graduation ceremony is naturally one of the most pleasurable in the university calendar, indeed one most pleasurable in life. It's a joy to see the pride and indeed the relief of all the new graduates as they cross the stage. Part of the pride, part of the relief comes because of the successful conclusion of a critically important chapter in what are generally young lives. Part of the relief comes too from the fact that they successfully navigate from there to there with the obligation to touch a mortarboard which has suddenly disappeared and without tripping up, not one single casualty in the course of the whole of today. And the relief is palpable, not only for them, but for me, and I'm sure others in the audience, especially for those with the most exotic and adventurous footwear. I speak, of course, of the women who defy gravity sometimes when they manage to get across this stage, but everyone did it with enormous grace and great elegance. I congratulate them on that too. No need for doctor's services in the course of this afternoon. To the new graduates, I do say that I hope that you take with you happy memories of your time in Cardiff and in the university. I hope you feel confidence that your studies have been a valuable contribution to the course and development of your lives, and I hope that you all have strong determination to use your talents to your maximum potential for your own fulfillment and for the benefit of your fellow human beings everywhere. I wish each of you good fortune, good health, and every success in the future. Llongyfarchiadau, congratulations.